I was talking to my daughter the other day, and I was just in conversation, and I was reminiscing about the things that God has done for me. And I was telling her that God has been so faithful because of the times that He saved me from utter destruction, where I was about to enter into a situation where I was going to lose my mind, where I was going to enter into a situation that I would not have been able to withstand in my own strength. But right before that happened, He would step in, and almost as if you would tell somebody, hey, come stand up under my awning, come get in my house, the storm is about to come. That's what He would do with me. When I would be out in the world and be utterly backsliding, that's what the Spirit of God would do to me. I would begin to feel this urge and this calling and this longing to get my soul right with Jesus. Like, I would feel this urge to want to go to church or read the Bible or listen to gospel. And then very soon after, something life-changing would happen in my life, and I was like covered, and I was able to go through that situation. And so I have several moments, there's many more moments that had happened, but there have been several times in my life that were so significant that I look back and I see the hand of God, just like the angels did with Lot, leading him and his family out of utter destruction into a land of safety. I see where God has done that with me in. So the first time I can remember specifically and vividly was when I was 18 years old, and I had just moved out into my own place, my own apartment, all by myself, no roommates, 18 years old. I don't have to tell you how crazy I was behaving. And I had gotten to this place in my life where I was just like, oh, I feel like I gotta get close to God. I feel like I gotta get close to God. And I just felt this longing and this desire to want to go back to church, to want to read the Bible. And I just felt like God was doing that, like ushering me under His awning of protection. Not long after I began to start picking my Bible up again, going back to church, letting God into my heart, my mother died. My mother died. My mother called me on the phone. It was completely unexpected. She called me on the phone. 3 minutes later, 5 minutes later, my dad called me screaming, get over here, get over here, your mom, your mom. I had to rush over there. I was in utter shock. I had to do CPR on my mother, and she passed away right there in front of my face. But God, y'all don't understand, but God. Then the second time, I'm I'm doing everything I possibly can to serve self. I'm in the world. I'm doing everything. I'm trying to make these millions. I'm so stuck on myself. I'm selfish, everything. And I'm not paying attention to my dad at all. And the biggest regret that I had when my mom died, which is a regret that a lot of people have, and that is I didn't spend enough time. I didn't tell them I love them enough. And I was a daddy's girl. And my dad used to call me, and I would act like I'm so busy, I ain't got time to talk. I didn't like going over there because I felt restrained. And I just wasn't paying attention to my dad. All in my mess because I'm so blinded by my own worldliness, my own selfishness. And God allowed my dad to reach a level of sickness that he begged to come live with us. in January of 2023. And God gave me 9 months of being my father's caregiver. And y'all don't understand it. One of the biggest fears of mine was I was going to end up like my mother, who when my mother lost her mom, they said, my entire family will tell you this, that you might have well thrown my mother in the grave with her mom, because she just was never the same. And because I was like this with my dad, I was always worried, one, that God would take him traumatically like he did my mother unexpectedly, and two, how am I going to react when he passes away? But God, because God allowed me to be his caregiver, me and my family to be his caregiver for 9 months before he took my father peacefully in his sleep. I didn't lose my mind. I didn't go through an extensive grieving period. I can talk about my father passing without crying, because I know that God gave me the gift, despite myself, to keep me from utter mental destruction. He gave me the gift when I didn't even know better. He kept me from putting myself in a position that would have mentally destroyed me, even when I didn't deserve it. Y'all do not understand the faithfulness of God, how he sees and knows the storm is about to brew, and he says, come on, baby, come up under my mighty wing. You're out here being stupid. You're out here being destructive, but come up under my mighty wing before you kill yourself. The faithfulness of God, the love of God, unlike anybody else. If you feel God is calling you, answer the call. If this video is confirming something, get on your knees. Shut this video off. Get on your knees. Get on your face and pray. Ask the Lord to speak. Because like a faithful parent, he doesn't want any of us out getting caught in the storm. And he's calling his sheep back to the fold. And I know you hear it. And I know you know. And it's time to let go of the world. It's time to let go of the world. And recently, in January of this year, God called me back. Come on, baby. Get back up under this awning, because it's about to storm. And the events that are happening in this world are evil, demonic, unexplainable, but yet the believer understands that these are the signs of the last days. Answer his call. Because our great, amazing, faithful Father is trying to protect us. Amen.